They laughed when she stepped into the gym. She wasn't tall. She didn't wear flashy clothes. No sculpted muscles, no tough attitude. Just a quiet, simple woman in her late 30s, wearing a loose hoodie and gym shoes that had clearly seen better days. The local wrestlers barely noticed her at first, till she asked to join their training session. The room went quiet. One of them, a bulky guy nicknamed the Bear, chuckled and said, "Ma'am, this isn't yoga class." Everyone laughed. Cameras came out. They thought it would be funny, harmless fun watching this ordinary-looking woman try to wrestle. But what they didn't know was that behind those calm eyes and gentle voice was someone who had trained in silence for years, not for fame, not for applause, but for moments like this. She didn't say much, pointed to the mat and asked one question, "Who's your best?" Still amused, they pointed to Johnny the Slammer Cruz, the reigning U.S. wrestling champion. 6'2", solid muscle, undefeated for 3 years. He grinned, clearly enjoying the joke. But the moment they squared off, the energy in the room shifted. The smiles faded. And in just 10 seconds, everything changed. The cameras that once filmed for laughs were now capturing something no one expected. No one understood how it happened so fast. One moment, Johnny was charging. The next, he was flat on his back, gasping for air. The room was silent. Who was this woman? How did she do it? And why did she disappear right after? This wasn't just about a match. It was about pride, about judgment, about how easily we underestimate the quiet ones. What happened that day became a viral mystery, sparking debates, headlines, and a desperate search to uncover her past. But the truth is even stranger than the legend. And it all began on that dusty mat in a forgotten gym, when a simple woman reminded the world not to judge by appearances, because sometimes the ones who speak the least carry the loudest stories. After the takedown, she stood up quietly, brushed off her hoodie, and walked out like nothing happened. No celebration, no words, just silence. The wrestlers stared in shock. Johnny Cruz, the undefeated U.S. champion, still lay on the mat, trying to understand what hit him. The video hit social media within minutes. Comments poured in. Some called it fake. Others said it was luck. But most were just asking one thing: who is she? Nobody at the gym knew her name. She had signed in as Anna. No last name, no info, just Anna. A few people remembered seeing her a couple times in the area, walking past the gym, always alone. Some said she worked at the nearby diner. Others claimed she lived off the grid, but nothing solid. No one had seen her train. No one had ever seen her fight. Yet somehow, in just 10 seconds, she destroyed a champion. Online sleuths started digging. Was she ex-military, a retired athlete, a secret underground fighter? Theories spread like wildfire. A blurry photo of her walking out of the gym, her face half covered by her hoodie, was posted everywhere. Everyone wanted answers. Johnny Cruz refused interviews. He vanished from social media. His manager canceled all future matches. Rumors swirled about injury, shame, and even early retirement. For someone known for his confidence and strength, the silence spoke louder than any statement. Meanwhile, whispers about Anna the Phantom kept growing. Some believed she was part of an elite training program. Others thought she was connected to a forgotten martial arts lineage. But nobody could find her again. It was like she disappeared into thin air. What no one realized, though, was that Anna didn't come to prove a point that day. She came for something else, something far more personal, and she wasn't finished yet. Weeks passed, but the buzz didn't die down. In fact, it only grew louder. Fight fans, sports journalists, and YouTube commentators all wanted a piece of the story. Videos titled "Mysterious Woman Destroys U.S. Champion" racked up millions of views. Podcasts tried to break down the moves she used, slowed down replays, frame by frame, couldn't explain it. It wasn't flashy or violent. It was just clean, fast, and surgical. Experts couldn't agree. Some said it was judo. Others swore it was a rare wrestling technique. But no one had seen it executed like that. In the middle of all this chaos, a former coach named Rick Dalton reached out. He hadn't seen Anna in over 15 years. But when he saw the footage, he froze. He remembered that same stance. That same look. Anna had trained with him once briefly. She was just a teenager then, quiet, focused, obsessed with precision. Rick recalled something strange too. She never wanted attention, never joined tournaments. She trained like she was preparing for something. Not a competition, but a reckoning. At the same time, another thread started to unravel. A retired female fighter named Carmen Vega claimed she knew Anna from a training camp overseas, years ago. According to Carmen, Anna had left abruptly after an incident, something involving a high-ranking coach and a private match that ended badly. No one spoke of it afterward. It was buried. But Carmen hinted that Anna had reasons for staying. In the shadows. Not fear. Not shame. Something else. Meanwhile, Johnny Cruz's team finally broke their silence. In a press release, they hinted at unfair tactics and unauthorized participation. Some saw it as damage control. Others took it as a challenge. Rumors started, flying about a rematch, this time under official rules. But where was Anna? She hadn't posted online. No one had seen her in town, not even at the diner where she supposedly worked. It was like she vanished again, just like last time. But deep in an old training facility on the edge of the city, someone was unlocking the door late at night. One mat, one light, and a woman in a hoodie. Training alone, the gym was cold, silent except for the soft thud of her feet on the mat. Anna moved like clockwork, every motion precise, every breath controlled. She wasn't training for sport. This was different. Her focus was sharper now, deeper. Something was coming. And she could feel it. Outside, the world was still searching for her. The hashtags hadn't stopped trending. Hashtag 10-second takedown. Hashtag 10-second takedown. Hashtag who is she? A documentary crew even came to town, trying to track her past. They interviewed neighbors, old classmates, anyone who might offer a clue. Most had little to say. She'd always been quiet, polite, kept to herself. But some hinted at a family tragedy years ago. Something that changed her, something she never talked about. Meanwhile, Johnny Cruz reappeared, but not in the way anyone expected. Footage leaked of him in a private training facility, sparring harder than ever. No cameras, no press, just brutal sessions behind closed doors. Word spread fast. He wanted redemption. Not just for the loss, but for the humiliation. His team reached out to promoters. Talks of a public match began to circulate. It's a special event. One night, Anna versus Johnny official rules. Massive venue, millions watching. But there was a problem. No one could find Anna until a note arrived, slipped under the door of the gym where Johnny trained. No name, just a date and a location. Handwritten, unmistakable. It read, 10 minutes. No lights, just the mat. Whispers started again. Was it real? Was she challenging him privately? Was it another setup? Johnny's team debated going public. Sponsors wanted something big. But Johnny, now stripped of the ego, just wanted closure. He accepted the challenge, quietly and so, under the radar. Preparations began for a match that no one was supposed to see. No crowd, no lights, just two fighters. One haunted by shame. The other chasing something no one yet understood. And as the night crept closer, one thing became clear. This wasn't just about revenge or fame. It was about something deeper. a secret buried in the silence, a moment years in the making. When they stepped onto that mat again, nothing would ever be the same. In the days that followed, Johnny Cruz released a simple statement online. No excuses, no damage control, just honesty. He acknowledged the match, confirmed Anna's win, and thanked her for both the lesson and the truth. He didn't mention details about his former coach, but those who knew understood. It wasn't about revenge. It was about accountability and healing. The wrestling world shifted after that. The viral story of the mysterious woman who beat the U.S. champion evolved into something bigger. People began talking not just about talent and technique, but about the hidden stories behind the sport, about the people often overlooked, about the quiet ones with something deeper driving them. Anna never returned to the spotlight. She disappeared again, just like before. Some say she went overseas. Others claim she took a new name and started coaching under the radar. But the video of her too matches both short. Both unforgettable still circulates online, now with millions of views and thousands of comments. She became a symbol, not of strength in the traditional sense, but of purpose, resilience, and quiet power. Rick Dalton, her old coach, reopened his training center and started offering free sessions to young girls. Carmen Vega began mentoring again, and Johnny. He stayed in the game, but with a new focus, less ego, more intention. In the end, Anna didn't just change one match or one fighter. She changed the conversation. She reminded the world that some victories don't come with trophies or cheering crowds. Some are personal, silent, meant only for the one who needed them most. And sometimes, the strongest move isn't the one that puts someone on the mat, it's the one that lets you finally walk away free. That's the story of another woman who crushed a champion and walked into legend. Johnny never tried to find Anna again. He knew the answer she gave him was enough. The match wasn't about him, it was